Hey, hey, welcome back to your favorite podcast, Live Bold and Boss Up. It's your girls, Steph and Ash, and we're recording on a super special day. It's Steph's birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I feel super blessed today.
Good. Aw, I love it. We've been having nothing but like laughs this morning. So
I know my voice is like a little hoarse from laughing so much. I feel like it's been a great morning.
we get to chat with Amy Martinez-Monfort today. She is the CEO and founder of Tampa Laundry Company and also The Laundry Company. She's just really fantastic to speak with. She's so eloquent.
Yeah. And she's so innovative. We talk
Mhm.
about her company, a laundry company, The Laundry Company, and how it's not your typical laundry company. It's a sexy, innovative company that they happen to do laundry, and they make an amazing experience for everyone who's doing their laundry with them.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome to see, she didn't recreate the wheel. She took something that
Was already there.
was already there and made it amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to hear her story on where she came from, what she was doing before that, and how she built on it,
Mm-hmm.
and how, we can all really build on what we've done in the past, what we're doing now to get to where we need to go.
Right. All right. We are live today at the Tampa Bay Wave with Amy Martinez-Monfort. Thank you, Amy, for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me.
So, Amy, I want you to tell us, your background and everything, but you're CEO and founder of the Tampa Laundry Company.
That's right.
How did you get into that? Tell us your background.
So I've done a couple different things in my career, and I know y'all at Next Path, you deal with people in their careers all the time. So I've had kind of an interesting path. So I went to Florida State for undergrad, and
Go Noles.
Yes, go Noles for sure. I heard the Gene Deckerhoff podcast, by the way. That was awesome.
So sweet.
He's amazing. I am not going to have that silky smooth voice that he does, but I will try. So I went to Florida State for undergrad, and my undergraduate degree was in media performance communication. So I wanted to be a television anchor woman. And then, much as I heard Gene talking about, there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of work, and you're working graveyard shifts and whatnot. And I thought, I don't know if that's for me. So I decided I was going to go to law school. So I went to Florida for law school. I'm still a Florida State fan, by the way. But I said, like any good attorney, I can speak out of both sides of my mouth. No, but truly, if anybody asks, I'm a Florida State fan. So went to Florida for law school. I was fortunate enough to practice law with Carlton Fields here in Tampa, and practiced for 3.5, 4 years here. And I was halfway on the partnership track, and I just said, I don't love what I'm doing. I said, I'm doing great work with great people, making great money, but it wasn't what I needed to be doing ultimately. So I went to work for Eli Lilly, the drug company, and I was in sales and marketing with them. Loved it, had a wonderful job, wonderful time, great people, making great money, but I always knew I wanted to own my own business. And so in 2015, I started Tampa Laundry Company. And I get a lot of times like, why on earth laundry? What?
Right.
It is a chore most people can't stand.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the way I looked at it was laundry regenerates itself every single day. And everyone has laundry, no matter your socioeconomic level, no matter your age, everyone generates laundry every single day. So I saw it as an area that was, always going to be a need in the area. And I saw a place where I could actually make a difference, and I could actually do it in a way that made people think different about laundry. So that's what I feel we've been able to do at Tampa Laundry Company.
I love that. Like taking something that's such a need and that's always going to be there, it's not going away, and you turn it into something like more than what it typically is considered.
Yeah, that's what our goal was, for sure, to turn it into something cool. The way I saw it was to really make it an experience. So if you've been down to our location on Gandy, we have 16 security cameras. We have granite folding tables. We have Wi-Fi. We have AC, which sounds crazy, but a lot of laundromats don't have air conditioning. And what my goal was when I started Tampa Laundry was to create a clean, safe, and friendly environment for people to do their laundry. And it sounds really basic, but unfortunately, a lot of times people forget that everyone needs to be treated with dignity, whether they're using a laundromat for their one load of laundry that week, or they're using the laundromat for, their comforters or whatnot. So I always say with Tampa Laundry, it is my honor to be able to serve the entire population, whether you have $5 in your pocket and you're coming in to do that one load of laundry, or you've got 50,000 in your checking account and we're pressing your sheets and we're scenting them with lavender. Our goal is to treat everyone with the same level of dignity and care in our stores. And it's been really fun to be able to do that for everyone over the last 8, almost 9 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What made you think, well, maybe I should go back a little bit further and ask you, what made you go from being a lawyer into sales?
So I actually had a conversation one day. I was working and it was a Friday afternoon, and I was in my office at the law firm and working a lot of hours. I was a young associate, and I reached out to another lawyer friend of mine, and he and I were just talking, and I said, I'm kind of thinking about pharmaceutical sales. It seems kind of fun. I'd love to learn more about sales. And I said, but there's, coming from law, there's kind of a perception with sales, and, nothing disparaging. I loved my sales career, but looking at it from a legal perspective, I was like, gosh, I wonder what people are going to say. And he said, Amy, those folks have probably been home for hours now. Who is the silly one? You're still sitting at your desk. You're not living. So when I went to Eli Lilly, it was just an absolutely amazing company, and learning sales and marketing from a Fortune 100 company is something like no other. To be trained, Six Sigma certification, all those different things. So, when people look at my background and they say, well, why on earth laundry? And you're wasting your law degree, or, how did you get where you are? For me, I see every step that I've taken is always, and, I speak to folks, it's not necessarily, you don't have to see everything as a step forward. Sometimes you step to the side to get a different skill set, to get a different perspective on things. So I feel like everything I've done in my career has been building to owning my own business. Mm-hmm. So, every email I send, every contract I review, I'm using my law degree. Right. Every client I speak to, every customer I speak to, I'm using my sales and marketing background. Mm-hmm. So it sounds, looking at it from the outside in, it may seem like a crazy path or something that doesn't really make sense. For me, it's just been a really beautiful ride. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me once you explain it, right? Because I feel like law you can use in anything, mm-hmm. any business, any industry. It's good to have that knowledge and background. And then sales and marketing, same thing. Like, it's how you talk to people and building relationships. Yeah. So it makes total sense.
And it's a toss-up. So sometimes people will tell me, what do you think is more valuable for your business, your law degree or your sales and marketing background? And I still say it's a toss-up, because every day I use, skills from one or the other side. And it honestly makes things fun. And I was looking at something online the other day, and they were talking about how what you're doing in your 20s and 30s, you're learning and you're building that skill set. And then in your 40s, you're actually, really everything is taking off, and you've made the connections, and you've got all this, information in order to start your next career or whatever you're doing. So I think it's just really important for people to see that everything you do, it's never a waste. It's never a loss. You can always use it to continue propelling yourself forward with your career.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Were you going to expand on that? I was just going to get into the Tampa Laundry a little bit more, because to me, I love what you've done with Tampa Laundry. You make laundry look sexy, and I want to know, like, how you did that. Like, what's your thought process, and whenever you were creating it, on how, like, I think it's a cool company, and if you go into it, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
So how have you done that?
So when I started Tampa Laundry, it just started as an idea. My family was driving to dinner, and we went past where our current location is, and it was an old laundromat that was shuttered and had been for about 2 years, but there was a for sale sign on the front, and there were literally bullet holes in the window when we drove by.
Always a good sign.
Fantastic. I'm like, this is it. We found it. We found it. And so I said to my husband, I said, I'm thinking about a laundromat, and we could talk later, but I always say he's my no man. He's always the one that's like, yeah, no, that is not a good idea, Amy. That's not going to work. He's an attorney as well. So he's a little bit more risk averse. And so we make a really nice team. But when I saw that location with the bullet holes, as I said before, I thought there's got to be a better way. We have to make sure that everyone feels safe, and that everyone feels comfortable, and that people actually want to go to a laundromat, which, again, you're doing a chore, which nobody likes. And so I just got crafty, and it wasn't expensive. And when people saw the store, they're like, granite folding tables.
Right.
Well, how much was that? And, our prices are often lower than our competitors because I make the penny do the work of a dime. And I would shop, and I found our flooring at Home Depot on a closeout, and, got a guy who could make the tables for us. So just try to get really creative with that. But when I go back, just really creating that experience for our customers. And a couple of the things that really make me happy are when people leave reviews and they're like, my washer and dryer is broken, but after going there, I don't even care if they get fixed.
Nice.
Because I think we've created a place, like I said, clean, safe, friendly environment where people think of the chore a little bit differently. Our team is amazing, and they're so kind and considerate to everyone there. So I think people kind of see it as, hey, I can get away from everything that's going on at my house, run down and do some laundry. And it's just been fun to create that in an area and in an industry where it's unexpected, just to create that unexpected.
Right.
On the safety piece, one of the things one of the most proud moments I've had since I opened the business, we have, as I said, we have 16 security cameras, and I can see them all on my phone. And one night in the middle of the night, it was about 3 a.m. And I looked at the cameras, and I saw a woman with her child. He looked to be about 3 or 4 years old. And I don't know what her story was, but in the back of my mind, I thought to myself, okay, she's been working all day, and she's picked up her child, and she's still got to get her laundry done. And so it's 3 a.m. and she's in my store, and I'm getting chills just talking about it. And the fact that she felt that place was safe enough, that Tampa Laundry was safe enough for her to be there at 3 a.m. with her small child because she needed to get her laundry done. I just laid there in bed, and I thought, we're doing something right. We're doing something right if she has that level of comfort at this hour.
Aw.
Wow.
And you're open 24 hours?
We're open 24 hours. We're not staffed 24 hours, but we are open for 24 hours. And, admittedly, that's been tough lately. There's a lot of homeless in this area, and having a place that's open 24 hours, it can be a little bit difficult. But for me, it's very important for us to stay open 24 hours for women or men or families just like that they don't work a 9 to 5 job. They have very odd hours. And so that to me is something, Lord willing, we will never get rid of the 24 hours of being open. We really don't make much money at all overnight. It's not like it's some revenue driver for us.
Right.
It's simply because there's people that need that service, and they need it sometimes in the middle of the night.
That's awesome. Yeah. You're about to tear up.
I know.
See it.
I was getting,
That was a good-
I had goosebumps, and my eyes
Yeah.
were getting watery when you were sharing your story. I love stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
it just makes everything like worth it.
And that's been one of the interesting things. Again, we go back to, we say it's just laundry. It's not. I mean, this is an essential service that everyone needs. And so to be able to interact with all types of people, with all types of stories, and, it really is a community thing. It's a service to the community to have laundry. And it's just, like I said, it's been my honor to be able to start this business and hopefully give people something unexpected with their experience at a laundromat.
You were saying you have different levels of service just depending on whatever someone needs. So you have all the laundry, like washer dryers, right? Like that, the basic, right, laundry needs. And then what else do you do there?
Yeah. So Tampa Laundry, we have all different kind of areas of the business. So we have self-service, which is where people come in and do their own laundry. We have wash, dry, fold, pick up and delivery. So we'll come to your house, we'll pick up your laundry, we'll wash it, dry it, fold it, we'll return it to you. So you don't have to worry about that.
We just got really excited for that.
You guys are leaning in. I love it. And we are in your area. So, we have folks that go out and pick up the laundry and bring it back. We have dry cleaning. We do commercial laundry, gyms, spas, things like that. We do Camp Tampa here, Palmacia, the Yacht Club, those sorts of things, which keeps things fun. Back in 2018, I think, we won a very large contract with MacDill Air Force Base.
Nice.
And so that really got us into the commercial side of things with laundry, doing hotel laundry, linens, that sort of thing. And we still do some work for MacDill. We no longer have that large contract, but we do a lot of other things at MacDill now. So that's another thing for me. It's an honor to be able to serve the men and women in uniform here in our country. We offer a military discount as well as a first responder discount. So just trying to give back to anyone that we can, because again, we're in an industry that touches every single demographic.
Mhm.
And so it's been fun.
Go ahead.
Through each of your changes, right, of your career, was there something kind of there to say, okay, I'm ready to make my move? Or was there something that happened where you're like, okay, I'm ready to change? And or were you always just kind of thinking of your next move and kind of what you wanted to get into? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that we talk to on a daily basis, lawyers included.
Mhm.
I can remember one conversation with a lawyer several years ago, and he's like, I don't know what to do next. If I don't do law, because I make this amount, right? You're kind of comfortable, and how do you even make that change? So can you share with our listeners what your thought process was on each of those career moves? If there was like a monumental thing, or if it was just kind of ongoing for you?
Yeah. I wouldn't say there was, one thing that did it. I think I realized all along that life is very short and it's very precious. And if you're doing something that you don't absolutely love, that doesn't mean make a wholesale change right away. I don't want the listeners to just go out and quit their job. It's not that. But I think it is about finding things that are truly a good fit for you. And like I said, I was very fortunate with the practice of law. I had a really great place where I was working. It just wasn't right for me. And then again, I think maybe even subconsciously, knowing I always wanted to own my own business. When I was a kid, I wanted to be the CEO of Disney World. That was going to be my jam. And I had a picture of Michael Eisner on my cork board, and I guess it was like an early vision board. I don't know, maybe before vision boards were things. But anyway, I always knew that there was no one that I could depend on more than myself. I've always been very driven. I've always, wanted to succeed. I've always been most competitive with myself. I'm not an overly competitive person other than with myself. I don't want to see anybody else lose. I just want to win.
Mhm.
So I think that's been a driving force for me. And then, when the sales and marketing opportunity came up, honestly, it just seemed fun. It seemed like something that would allow me to travel, allow me to meet people. And, for any of the folks out there listening they might be in the practice of law, and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, it's the golden handcuffs, right? I make a lot of money. There's a lot there.
Mhm.
There are so many things out there. There are so many ways to make money. And it is true, when you're doing what you love, it doesn't feel like work. And so if you are in something and you're like, gosh, this is just, the juice is not worth the squeeze here, I think there are so many options. And I think lawyers, when I went to get the job with Eli Lilly, they said, well, you don't have sales experience. I think a lot of times, and you guys, I'm sure, deal with this a lot, where people are saying, I don't have the skill set for this, or it's saying I have to have 3 years of experience, or it's saying I must have this, this, and this. Well, a lot of it is persuasion, right? And so when I went to interview with Lilly and they said, well, we look at your resume and you don't have any sales experience, I said, I sell to judges and clients every single day. I have to advocate my position. I have to show both sides. I have to show our benefits. So it's just a different way of looking at things. So, again, for me, there wasn't one thing that said, okay, that's it, I've got to go. I heard it described once, and I thought this was really neat. When people leave a job, they're either running from something or they're running to something. And that always stuck with me. And so when I make a change, I always think to myself, am I running from something or am I running to something? And I feel like any of my career changes, thank goodness, I've been running to something. I'm not running from a bad situation. I don't have any horror stories where I was just like, I can't take it anymore. It was just, I saw something there. And that's really been the fun part about building my own business, is allowing myself to kind of take all those skill sets that I have and that I enjoy and just run with it.
I feel like the most common thing I hear from people that maybe have an idea to start their own business, but just don't know how to get there or take that like leap of faith to do it. That's like the biggest hurdle to overcome to start your own business. How were you able to do that from, getting a salary and working for a large company to take that leap of faith to start your own?
I think that's a great question because it's a lot. There's a lot of risk there. I'm very blessed. My husband was working at the time, and throughout our careers, we have always supported one another in the sense of if he was making a career move, he started his own firm. Well, then I made sure everything was stable on my end, and then vice versa. So I think that was part of it. I think another thing is, I get asked a lot, what do you wish you would have known before you started your own business, right? People are like, well, what do you wish you would have known? And my answer is always the same. There's so much I'm glad I didn't know. And that sounds crazy, but it's true because I think as business owners, there's things that come up in a given day and you're like, oh my gosh, if someone had told me this was going to happen, I never would have done it. So I say that with the caveat that I think it's very important to do your research. I think it's very important to know everything you think you possibly can when you're starting a business. And then there's a point at which you just have to take a leap. You just have to go. And so, there's things, are there things I wish I would have known? No, because if I'd known those things, I probably wouldn't have started my own business. And I do always talk about the importance of I call him my no man, and that's my husband, where there's someone in your life, in your sphere that does not drink the Kool-Aid. There's someone that says to you, Steph Ash, that's a horrible idea. I think that's really important because what I preach in my house and how we've raised my kids is different doesn't mean wrong. It just means different, right? So just because someone has a different opinion doesn't make them wrong, doesn't necessarily make you right. It just makes it different. And so when folks are either a naysayer or help you see the other side of things, thank them. Because I think, especially as an entrepreneur, a lot of times that will drive you to success because you will want to prove them wrong. I think it's important to listen and take their advice and say, okay, well, let me go down that road and see if I really think that's going to be an issue. If you really do, then maybe change your direction or change your pattern. If not, let that fuel you. And to this day, my husband's like, yeah, I was totally wrong about that. I was totally wrong. And the joke we have now is because I still keep coming up with ideas. I love to reinvent things. We were talking earlier about the scent. So there's all these different things that I still want to do with the business, a lot of runway left. And when he says, man, I think that's a great idea, I'm like, oh crap, I got to go back to the board now.
You're like, great. That's actually,
this is not going to work now because you said you think it's going to work. So, that's
oh, your poor husband, when he hears that, he's probably like, oh man.
No, he's a really good sport. But he will admit that about himself. But I love it. It's invaluable truly to have people. Make sure you surround yourself with positive people who will help you to rejoice in all the amazing things you're able to do, but make sure either your head doesn't get too big or your circle doesn't get too small where someone won't be there to tell you, hey, listen, you really need to think about this, or you really need to look at this. I think that's very important to have people in our lives that ground us.
That is great advice. Wow. So I know you mentioned the scent. I want you to tell us about what's coming next for Tampa Laundry.
So we have a couple things coming now. We're making some innovations as far as our pickup and delivery service. We're expanding out to more zip codes, further areas, trying to improve our reach or grow our reach. We're actually branded as both Tampa Laundry Company and The Laundry Company. So we can go outside of areas outside of Tampa and we'll still keep that same brand recognition. We're fortunate because Tampa and our logo are easily replaceable there. So that's been fun. And then we're also, when I talk about the experience, I really do think the experience is a wraparound experience when we think about our customers and our clients. So, scent marketing is all the buzz right now, right? And if we think about scent is the sense most closely related to memory. And, you smell something and it takes you back to your grandmother's house or something like that when you smell certain scents. So we've been working now with a local company to develop our own signature scent, which is not yet being produced, but we have finally come up with the scent. We've got everything ready for that. So we're just about to go into production. Hopefully we'll get things out before Christmas, which would be great. And we'll make sure both of you are the first ones to get that. But we just want something that will, folks will smell, you think about thinking clean thoughts, which is our trademark tagline.
Cute.
And so we're going to be launching the scents under the Think Clean Thoughts line. And we're going to be starting with candles and room sprays with some just more general scents, but also our signature scent. So again, it keeps things fun. We're going to ultimately have it pumped through our laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned earlier, we sent sheets and press sheets and sent them with lavender. Customers will have the option to scent them with our signature scent.
Oh,
So just a little,
it.
it's like I've always said, it's the little things, right? It's the little things in business. It's handwritten thank you notes. It's, a call. We had a client who, she unfortunately had a stroke, and the team reached out to me, and we immediately reached out to her. Hey, what can we do? Can we help? So it's just knowing your customers and just taking that extra step. So for us, the scent is just a continuation of what it is we want to do with that whole wraparound experience, something different than when you walk into any other laundromat.
Mm-hmm. And we smelt the scent, and it smells amazing. I can't wait.
Thank you. We're
Right.
really excited.
I can smell the scent now, actually, and it smells amazing in here. We're in a small room. And you said it's your perfume. Is it
that was the inspiration. Yeah. I've found that every time I wore this perfume, everyone's like, oh my gosh, that smells fantastic. That smells fantastic. And Ash actually, when she walked in, was like, you smell fantastic. I was like, this is great. This is good. So it's off of that, but we wanted a smell that was clean, that wasn't too masculine, wasn't too feminine. And we think we've come up with something pretty great. So hopefully others will feel the same.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they
They
will.
will.
Yeah. What's any sneak peeks as to what's next after this? Because you said you have a ton of ideas. Your husband will either shoot them down, tell you they're great,
that's not good.
Reverse. Right. What other things have you thought of that you can maybe share? I know it's probably hard to share certain things that aren't.
Yeah. I think it would simply be our expansion. So it's, when we talk about the thinking clean thoughts, and people ask me a lot about think clean thoughts, and, it's a double entendre. There's a lot to it. People see it a lot of different ways. But for me, at the core, to think clean thoughts is to just spread positivity, to create those experiences for people that they won't forget, because it was so positive, and it really left them with a warm feeling. So I would love for us to be able to take that beyond Tampa. I think that's something that people can use everywhere. Yes, people can use laundry, but to have it be an experience that is a positive, uplifting one for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that difficult. It's simple things, as I was talking about before. It's a handwritten note. It's just truly caring about people. And so I would just love to use it. It sounds very idealistic, but I would love to use laundry as a vehicle to spread that, a mundane chore that everyone's got to do and most people despise, turning it into a positive experience, whether that be, you come into our store or we come to your house, and as busy working moms like we all are, and you see that pile of laundry and it's just not something you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would really like to help people get time back in their day to do things they actually want to do. And I feel like the busier we get in the world, the more time we need to do those things that we actually enjoy. And, I still do my own laundry at the house because I hate to burden the folks down I don't want to burden the team down at the store, but I'll look at that pile and it's actually great for me because I'm reminded of why we're doing what we're doing, because it's late at night and I'm thinking, gosh, all those moms and dads, and they've still got to get the kids up in the morning and everything else. We don't like to do this. This is not fun. Mm-hmm. And if I weren't doing this, maybe I could be snuggling on the couch with my kids, or maybe, I'm at a baseball tournament on the weekend because when I'm there, I don't have time to do laundry. Mm-hmm. So I think it perhaps is oversimplified, but just to kind of create that positive atmosphere for folks. And we'd like to move beyond Tampa. We think that we've got something that, we'd like to share and share that positivity and take away a chore that no one really likes to do.
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
be calling you.
Right.
100%.
We lit up. We're like, what? You come to the house?
Yes. That's my number one dreaded fear, or not fear, chore.
Yes.
I hate doing laundry. I hate folding it. I hate putting it away.
I can throw it in the laundry.
Yeah,
I can
I
throw it
can-
in the wash and I can move it to the dryer, but then that's it. I'm like, I just want to take it out, fold it, put it away.
And that's the thing. And people, if you're anything like me, and again, like I know I own a laundry company, so people probably think I just send my laundry down. I don't, but it make it to the washer and then it doesn't make it to the dryer and maybe it's day 2 and then you have to rerun the washer. And if it makes it to the dryer, then it doesn't get out of the dryer and then it's a wrinkled mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you girls. I feel you. I do this all the time. So yeah, like I said, hopefully just giving people time back in their day to do things that they really want to do, because, and I think COVID showed us that a lot, where we were home. And a lot of people thought, well, gosh, you're home. Why don't you do your laundry? Well, we're still working. And it's just shifted, right? What we do and how we do it, we still work just as hard. It's just shifted a bit. And one thing remains, you still don't want to do the laundry. Even if it's staring you in the face because you happen to be working from home that day, it doesn't make it any more desirable of a chore to do.
That's right.
So
I
yeah.
love it. Amy, you have given us so much good advice today. Thank you so much. I feel like it goes beyond laundry. Like you said, it's more than that. It's spreading positivity. I love your innovative ideas and your entrepreneurial mindset. You're truly an inspiration to so many people. So thank you so much for being with us here today. Thank you to the Tampa Bay Way for having us here again. We always enjoy your hospitality. Of course, thank you to NextPath. And until next time,
Live bold and boss up.